Dude, come on, dude. Dude, I was about to say, come on. Yo, what's up, Alfred? And yeah, it definitely was, man. It definitely was. I saw this and was like, wow, wow, wow. I just like, I was talking to Smith about this before I started the stream. This is why I hate when the market continues to pump off a hype because we get these big, giant corrections. We got a nasty gap down and a continuation. But, but I want to point something out before we get all short happy. I mean, even though we had a gap in crap, look where we found support. Look where we found support right here in the previous area of support over here. Look where we found support. So before we get too happy with the shorts, we got to respect 492.25. The same thing happened on the ES as well. The ES is much easier. It literally came back to that breakout right here. The ES literally came back to the breakout. So if you're trying to short this, I would suggest otherwise because you'll be shorting into support. He said you locked it already? So you already made the money tonight? You caught this short down? I do think we get at least a gap fill today. At least a gap fill. There's no way that they leave this gap. Yo, congratulations on that, bro. Yeah, like I said, I try not to trade until I get on stream. And so when I came, I finally looked at the charts and saw that this thing gapped down and started to create this continuation down. I was like, mm. Hopefully I didn't jump into this thing at the top. Hopefully. You think so? You think so, Plebecast? You think we continue down? I mean, we've seen crazier things, man. We've seen the market go up when quote unquote it's supposed to go down, and we've seen vice versa. Actually, we've seen the market go up when it's supposed to go up, and we've seen the market go up when it's supposed to go down. Shit, at this point, I've come to the conclusion that the only reason why we get the market to come down is when the bulls take profits because the bears don't seem to hold anything. They don't seem to hold any move that they create. If we look back historically, we just see these big dumps and the bulls just taking over. They come back into areas of support and continue to do the same thing. So we did create a double top here. If you look on SPY, we did also create that double top on SPY as well. So we'll see if this means something. Uh, we'll see if it means something when we open up tomorrow. But we did create that double top on SPY. But the only thing that I don't like is that we didn't get like a bullish or a bearish engulfing candle down. We didn't get that. We got somewhat of a doji, so we'll see. But I do think Apple is going to probably miss its earnings. We'll probably see a reaction kind of like what happened with COVID and any other time Apple doesn't seem to meet their earnings. But as long as they provide guidance, that usually what saves the market. Usually is when they provide guidance. Yeah, Brandy, I bought puts. Y'all saw the puts. I closed them because I figured, well, the market ain't gonna dump. So I closed all my puts, and it looks like I should have left them open. It looks like I should have left them open. So I was targeting 590 with my puts, but then when we didn't do anything on Friday, and we kind of low key gapped up, I just closed all my puts because I figured like, well, the market's not gonna go down. So there's really no point trying to fight this market if it just wants to just go up, regardless of what the charts are suggesting that it should do. So mm, let's see if I made a mistake buying this top. So I bought here thinking that we're just going to get a continuation and at least my first target hit, at least. But hopefully we don't get a retest of this low instead. Hopefully that's not what happens here. But it looks like that's what's going to happen. But hopefully, when y'all guys, when the market opens, hopefully your puts are going to be in profit. Because shit, shorting this market is within itself a gamble, even if you're shorting at supply. Even if you're shorting at supply is a gamble. So I was looking at this over the weekend, and I saw that, or what did I saw? Where did I see it at? I saw the market low key create this trend line, but where was it at? It was somewhere. Looks like I'm probably gonna get stopped out of that position. Oh, this is the NQ. I was like, no, I'm not tripping. This is the NQ. I saw it on the ES. I saw it on the ES that the market was in a downward trend. And then I was asking myself, so I wonder if the market is going to gap up above these two trend lines, or if you're going to see a gap down, and if they come back up and try to sell the retest. But I'm gonna leave my stop where it's at because I'm in 4 minis right now. But kind of going back to the ES, yeah, I was looking at this on the weekend. I was wondering if we was going to gap up above this trend line, go to like 48 or something, and then crash down. And from here, if the bulls didn't hold it, we would have saw this move down. But they said no, we're just gonna gap it. So eventually, the market is going to make its way back up here to fill that gap. Eventually, the question is, when will it happen? Last year, it did something similar to where it left a big giant gap and the market open for several months, if I'm not mistaken. Several weeks, maybe. We had a big giant gap, and then eventually it came back and filled. But it was a gap that was left open for a very long time. So we'll see. But 35, 40 is probably going to be resistance sometime in the future. 22, 23 for sure. It's definitely going to be an opportunity for them to sell the retest. All right, so we're back in profit on this one. We're back in profit. I'm going to hold this one, man. Honestly, I'm going to do something so bold. I might actually leave this one to run to fill this gap. Probably like up here. We all know that the first attempt to fill that gap is a trap. We all know that. The first attempt to fill that gap is a trap on the Nasdaq, always. Always. That thing's always a trap to fill. So I might actually just do this. I'm going to leave that one to run. Yeah, being right overnight, Alfred. That's the main reason why I went to futures. I don't know why I went back to options. I really don't. I don't know why. Because I had that happen to me the other day. I was right over, well, not I haven't had that happen to me lately. But actually, yeah, it did. Because we had that big short and my puts were in profit, and then we had that big giant ass gap up. Yeah, because the market, it was what, Friday, Thursday, or Friday? The market opened at 6:05, and then we had that move up. And that was Thursday. That was Thursday. Yeah, it happened on Thursday. And I was like, yeah, my puts are in profit. But it opened up at 6:05, and then it moved right back up to 6:09. Something told me to buy 610 calls, but I was telling myself, I was like, no, that wouldn't make sense. But it made sense, all right, because we sure got there. We actually got to around 6:11 on SPY on Friday before we saw that move down. So I feel like a jackass for doubting my own analysis. I do that sometimes especially when the price action don't make sense. I mean, we've been super pumping. We've been having continuation. We've been having the market just go completely crazy, losing its mind off of rumors and news. And then once the hype dies down, we just get these big giant crashes, and it just really makes trading the price action very difficult. Hesitated on a lot of trades last week that ended up working. I think we had a trade like that on Wednesday or Thursday stream where I had a short set up, but then all that bullish momentum out of nowhere scared me out of the short just for it to completely work and then some. And so over the weekend, I was going over the charts, and I was telling myself, win or lose, I'm taking the trade. I'd rather feel the pain of loss and the pain of regret. Because as I was thinking about it, I was low key trying to revenge trade and trying to get that quote unquote playback and trying to find another play. And usually when I do that, those follow up plays are usually losses. So moving forward, I'm just going to take the trade. And if it turns into a loser, that's what my stop loss is for. And I will reflect on the trade, and we'll just make that money back with another opportunity, because yeah, that pain of regret, it definitely leads to trading on tilt for sure. For sure. Oh yeah, Friday, dude. I don't know what the hell was happening. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but you know how I left the stream and I was down $2,800. Well, I had an opportunity to get that back. Actually, I made that back. Actually, I made half of it back. I think I just needed what, $1,000. Tell me why. At the end of the day, I put on an ES long and it gets stopped out literally to a tick, and then it goes. But I didn't notice that it got stopped out. I was also in a Nasdaq trade. It didn't even go near that Nasdaq trade. Didn't even go near my stop, and it hit my target. So I was thinking, okay, so I know I hit my break even, and I'm probably up 2K in the account. Tell me why it stopped my ES trade out, but kept my Nasdaq trade on, and that ES loss brought me right back to that $2,800 loss that I left off on the stream. And I was thinking to myself, what are the odds of that? What kind of crazy mystical thing was that? Because that ES trade didn't have to stop me out, but it did. And that loss literally brought me back to that 20 being down 2,800, even though that Nasdaq trade brought me back up. So I was like, damn, like what the hell was up with that? It just seemed like Friday my trades was just not landing for whatever reason. It was one would work, the other one wouldn't work. Uh I tried to get in, but then I wouldn't take profits when I was up because obviously I was still down, chasing the loss, chasing my break even. It just didn't seem to want to work for me. So I had to go into the weekend with not now because I did it at the end of the day. Instead of going into the weekend with a $2,800 loss, I went into the weekend with a $3,900 loss and trying to chase that win at the end of the day, trying to chase that pump. And then as soon as I get in, the shit dumps. And I was like, you know what? Whatever, man. Whatever. You just don't want to work out for me. I get it. I get it. So, but yeah, that drop on Friday and this continuation down today. Yeah, that was definitely something. Definitely. Shit. That's how it felt like, Alfred. That's exactly how it felt. They didn't want to see me win. They wanted to see me go in to the weekend with that negative 2,800. And you know I can't do that. You know I gotta at least try. I gotta try. I gotta try. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this position right here is going to work out. I think that there's going to probably be a lot of back and forth before it do work out. Because you got the 50 EMA all the way up here. You got VWAP sloping down. I mean the 200 EMAs all the way up here. So I mean price is trying to find support at this 21 EMA, but there's gonna probably be a lot of price action before we can see a range breakout and a move. But I'm pretty sure we could see a potential rejection here at this range right here. Oh yeah, I forgot. We even talked about this right here, this short before the end of the stream, this short right here, and I walk away from my desk, and then I come back and see that this short not only worked, but it super worked, and I was like, you know what, whatever, man. I don't know why I was so off on Friday. I just don't know why. Well, actually, I do, yeah, because I was kind of upset that I allowed the market to trick me out of my my play because of my analysis, and Yeah, usually for whatever reason that just throws me off. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'll just take the loss. I'll take the loss moving forward. That completely threw me off. And so once I saw this short on Friday, that's when I was just looking for the longs on the ES. And I was looking for the longs on the ES, and I was able to, I think this is where I got in at 26 right here on the ES, and it stopped me out at 22. I think my stop was, well, if I didn't move my stop up, and that was the one thing. And that's something else I'm gonna stop doing too. I'm not moving my stop up, and I'm just going to take the trade because I wouldn't have gotten stopped out of this trade if I left my stop alone. But because I was concerned about the consistency, I was like, well, I don't want to risk the full position, but I'm just going to reduce my risk just in case. And if I got in at 26, so my stop was literally like right here underneath like 20, like I think it was 1975. And then I moved it up to like 23 or something like that. And I got stopped out just for it to go. And you can see that they retested this area where they broke structure to the downside. You got that. You got that breaker structure right here. Oh, wrong color. Yeah, you got that breaker structure right here. What the heck? Oh, my bad. Hitting the wrong hotkey. All right, so yeah, so you got the breaker structure right here. We got this move down, and they came in and they sold the retest, and they sold that retest so much that we had this gap open in a continuation. So, and they came right back there at 34. Mm. So that tells me that we could see the market. I mean, if we do see a gap fill, we could see a rejection at 23. Not a reversal, but a rejection there at 23. And I should have gotten in on this ES play. That's what I should have did apparently. All right. So I was about to say, did I get my first target hit? Damn. All right, so let's see if she's going to do her classic, get close enough to get my hopes up and then pull back. Let's see if she does that one. It always seems that when I should trade the ES, I'm over here trading the Nasdaq like a fool. All right, get that target boo. Originally, I was going to get in on the ES, but then I told myself that uh, I don't know if the ES is going to move 78. Yeah, my first target, I would have just got my first target hit on the ES. My second target would have been right here at the 50 EMA if I took the trade on the ES. All right. All right. There you go. That's the first target. That's the first one. I'm willing to scale into this. I'm willing to scale into it. All right, let's see if we can get this continuation. I'm willing to scale into it if we can get a move back down. If we get a move back down. Actually, you know what? All right, so let me do this real quick. Let me see if they'll let me do it. I gotta follow my strategy on this one. We'll see if it lets me get away with it. But my new rule trading the Nasdaq and the ES is that the first two targets are going to be non-movable. I'm not moving or adjusting the first two targets. If we can get those first two targets hit, those are usually the base hits. And if we can get a pullback back to break even, I can actually scale back in on two, back in with two and do it again. So I'm gonna move this target back down. And I'm gonna let my third and fourth targets be the runners as they should be. And I'm gonna be using this strategy moving forward. Mm. All right, that's that second target. All right, so let's see if we can get this third target hit. I'm gonna actually move this one down. I'm pretty sure we're getting a gap fill. I'm pretty sure we're getting at least a retracement, probably up here. Honestly, I probably should just put it down here, but I'm not. So we got that. You know what? Mm, mm. All right, so let's look at this. Let's see where the fibs are. Actually, let me just move this. Let's see where the fibs are. Yeah, put this like right there. All right, so let's see where the fibs. All right, so we got that bounce at the 23%. We usually get a move back up to the golden zone. So what, five? I'm gonna put it back at 580. I'm gonna put it at 580. Yeah, I'm gonna put this at 580 for the third target. We get that golden zone retest. And I'll probably leave the runner. Yeah, I'll probably leave the runner right here, 650. 650. I'll leave the runner at 650. Or six. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 645. All right. So this is how I'm going to play that. This is how I'm going to play this position. Have this runner at 645. And yeah. All in all, good opening trade. Good opening trade. It'd be nice if we can get that third target hit before the night's over. That would be nice. So it's like 920. But just for those that just joined, the reason why I took this trade long on the Nasdaq and the ES, well, I was going to take it on the ES, but I chose to take it on the Nasdaq, is that we came back to an area of previous support on the Nasdaq. This is from this leg right here. We had this massive move up, so there was enough buyers in this leg right here to make a move all the way up to 22K. And so this is just them coming back and making an attempt to buy the retest. And this is the same thing here with the ES. They broke structure to the upside right here, and all they're doing is buying the retest of this breaker structure. That's all they're doing here. We could see a continuation down. The ES is not like the Nasdaq. We'll see if she actually makes an attempt to fill her gap. The ES is really good about filling her gaps the first time, but that's a pretty big gap that she left. So we're gonna have to see what happens throughout the day on this one, because the ES is no longer trading as she usually does in terms of how she moves. I mean, she makes, I mean, what? But on Friday she made what is this? 163. I have to probably get another phone case on this. Yeah, she made a 40. I mean, that was a 41-point day. She's been having 50-point days, 100-point days. I mean, this ain't the same ES that we've come to know and love. So she's definitely been moving more often now. So I don't know if she'll come back and fill this gap and then see a continuation down, or if she just consolidates right here for today and then make an attempt to fill it tomorrow. We'll see. All right. So if given the opportunity, I'm going to scale in with 2 more contracts here, if given the opportunity. I wanted to be close to my break even. Or if I can get in a little underneath it, then I'll be happy with that as well. Or this could be I mean, we'll see though. I mean, for the sake of my position, we hope that's not the case. Just for the sake of it, we hope that's not the case. Mm. All right, so where's it at? 125, 125. So I'll put it at 127. 127 entry. 127. Hopefully this is not an hopefully this is not them coming in and try to sell the retest here. Hopefully we can see some continuation. But like I said, I don't like the fact that the 50 EMA is all the way up here. We got VWAP all the way up here, and the 200 EMA is all the way up here. So usually we see the reversals when all the EMAs are kind of close together and they're flattening out like that, and then we see price breakout. So we'll see if we get something like that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Coach Dakota and Knife Art. Mm. Yeah, what's up, Trading Futures with Elay? No, you probably just joined when I got done talking. But we've been talking about this trade and why I took it and what could possibly happen. We could see that we could see them try to come back in here and try to sell the retest. We could. We definitely could. Okay. All right. So let's see if they buy this 21 EMA right here. We'll see. Let's make sure. Yeah, because yeah, we usually see that. We usually see the yeah, they came back in. They came in at the 12. Got VWAP at 36. Yeah, I'm gonna leave my entry where it's at. Mm. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. I forgot. I gotta remember that the EMAs on the full minis for whatever reason, I find them to not even be accurate. When I trade, I'm looking at a micro chart for the EMAs, and as you can see here, I mean you can see it better. Uh, you can see them better here. That the EMAs are closer together. So we'll see if this actually will work. All right, so the EMAs are actually closer together here on the micros. I find the micro EMAs to be more accurate than the minis. So you got VWAP. All right, so they are a lot closer. All right, so yeah, we could see it. We could see this now fly, or at least try to make a retest, a move back up here. We could see it, or we could see 605. But we got right around that the golden zone. We got VWAP right there. Hmm. So we definitely got some spots where the bears could potentially try to come back in and try to sell this thing. I mean, you got a swing right there. You got an area right here. So a range between around like 6, 17, 15 to about all right. So let's look at that high. So that high is at 594. So 594. All right. I wish I can put a label on these, honestly. Let's see if I can put a label on these so I can see it. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. All right. So that's a swing right there. A high right there. 6, 16, 25, 25. All right. So somewhere in this area is where the bears could potentially come in if we don't see them try to sell it right here. Um, Obviously this area right here where we saw the price break structure to the downside is a good area for the bears to try to come back in and try to reload on their shorts around like 630. I really doubt we see anything above this high. I doubt it. I mean, I guess we could, but I don't think we get a straight move above this high. This is looking like a strong high to me. Not only does that look like a strong high, but you got the 200 EMA right here lurking and waiting for any bull to try to buy above that high. So I feel that if the market does find its way into this area, we could see a move back down. Honestly, we would have to see a move back down. But like I said, it's more likely that we see the bears coming somewhere in this area right here. All right, baby. Let's see what you want to do here. See what you want to do. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Ask your question. Yes. Thank you about that, root kit. Yeah, I'm here every night, man. I'm here every day. This is life, basically. This is life. I'll be in a hospital bed, deathbed, in the ground, 6 feet under. I have my stream still up, streaming from the afterlife. It's your boy Sherm, and we're still trading. We are here every day. Oh, we'll find a way. We'll find a way. But so this is NinjaTrader. This is the NinjaTrader 8 platform. This is the only platform that I trade futures on. The only one. I will trade for whatever reason. I do enjoy trading futures on TradingView. I absolutely hate trading futures on TradeOvate. I absolutely hate that platform. Not, I don't have, there's nothing against it. I just don't like trading on it. But for whatever reason, I truly enjoy trading on TradingView for whatever reason. But I really, for most of my trading, it's going to be on NinjaTrader 8. This platform is very powerful, very powerful. There's no other futures platform, and I don't think it's doing this, what it can do. Maybe there is, I don't know. But the one thing that I absolutely enjoy about this platform is how I can project these ranges forever into the future. I could have my drawing tools stay persistent on my chart, even after I power it down. The trading on this has been very smooth. I haven't had any problems with NinjaTrader 8 at all. And I love the extension tools. I made this. This is just a fib retracement. I was able to customize it to point out areas of interest on the chart. And you can see that this thing goes forever, forever and ever, and it stays persistent on the chart. So, I mean, if there's another platform that's doing this, I don't know, but I enjoy stuff like this, the reliability of it. So he says, any recommendations? So you're saying that you're new to trading in general, or you're new to trading futures? So right now I'm trading Blue Sky. Blue Sky. I'm trading a 300K static account with a 5K static drawdown and a 20K target goal. That's what I'm trading right now. All right, so I just got my two scale-ins got hit. I'm going to adjust my stops. I mean, have everything come off at 506. Uh, NinjaTrader does have a replay feature. It does. It does. I don't use it though. Um, but if you're looking at Apex as a platform to, I guess I'm gonna try to be as fair as possible. Apex, in terms of its pricing and the opportunity that it provides, it's pretty good. However, they have been denying payouts, but we don't know if it's because of the trader or if it's because of Apex, or if Apex doesn't want to pay out, if they have like a payout threshold that they have, and once they go past it, then they get really strict about denying payouts. All in all, is that they have a history of denying payouts for whatever reason. Uh, Prop firms like MFF, Top Step, Take Profit Trader, they have really good payout history. I really don't see anybody complaining about not getting paid out, and I haven't seen anybody or them deny a payout if you're following their rules. I haven't seen it yet, but Apex has definitely had a history of denying payouts. UProfit used to be a respectable company. That was my original home. I went back to them because they brought out a really good deal in terms of having the only prop firm to have a swing account with a static drawdown. I mean, you can't beat that. You really can't. You couldn't beat that account of those accounts that they used to offer. But they turned into scammers. They just started denying payouts. Um, They came out of overnight with the rule, and they backdated and started enforcing that rule. And it got to the point to where not only did they started denying people's payouts, I was actually so I had a swing account ready to renew with them, but instead of just saying, you know what, we don't really want you to renew this account, they made up a lie saying that they wasn't able to charge my card, and that I wasn't able to change the card, and I wasn't able to manually buy or renew the account. And so on the same day that it was set to renew, they closed the account. So they're no longer a respectable company, and I would no longer recommend them to anybody. Like I said, the only three companies that I know of that's really good is Take Profit Trader, MFF, and Top Step. Now I know that there's other prop firms out there, but personally I have not used them, so I won't be speaking to them. I have not used Tick Trader, the one that starts with the fee, the FADIA one, or whatever it's called. I haven't traded any other prop firm other than the ones that I've mentioned. So hopefully that answers your question. Static drawdown. So usually these prop firms have a trailing drawdown, meaning that if I were to make 2K, well, okay, let's start with this. So Apex has a trailing intraday drawdown. So if this was a Apex account, and I think my high, let's just say that my high was like 3K, right? If my high was 3K and you saw that we had this pullback and it came right back down, you saw how it came right back down to my break even? Because I was up 3K and it came back down to my break even, that means I'm down $6,000 instead of $3,000 because they have a trailing intraday drawdown. What other prop firms like Top Step, MFF, well, Take Profit Trader has a trailing drawdown when you get into the funded side, but on the eval side is an end of day. What that means is that if I were to make 3K and it came back down to my 3K, then I'm still break even on the day. I haven't lost any money at all. Now, if I make 3K at the end of the day, that means that my trailing drawdown goes up at the end of the day versus it's going up intraday. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully. And if you have a 2K end of day drawdown, that means that if your balance started off at $1,000 and you made, well, let me try to do like a better one. Let's actually just pull up a page instead of me trying to. Let's look at MFF. Actually, let me just do this because this is being ridiculous. Where's my notepad? All right, so we just got a cool little notepad. So I'm just going to go off of, so I got a 50K account with MFF. Their trailing drawdown or their drawdown is, I believe it's like 2,500, and they start off at 50,000. All right, so let's just say that at the end of the day, I bring my balance up to 51,500, and they have an end of day trailing drawdown of $2,500. So 5,000 minus 2,500. So I can't go below 47,500 starting off. So this is your starting balance. You start off at 50,000. Your maximum drawdown is here at 47,500. Now, if I bring it up $1,500, that means this number increases by $1,500. So now my new drawdown limit is now my account can go past 4,900. If my account goes down to 4,900, then that means that this account is blown. And that's what it means by an end of day trailing drawdown. As you make more money at the end of the day, it's calculated and your maximum loss increases. If your starting balance, if you lose $2,500, if you go past this number, your account is gone. Now, the one thing that MFF has is a daily loss limit of $1,200 or $1,250, my bad. So it gives you two chances before you actually reach this number. Two chances. So if your first day you start trading, it won't let you go past 1,200 or 1,250. It won't let you go past this. You have to come back the next day and try again. Now, if you lose another $1,200 and you reach this number right here, well, the account is blown. So in my opinion, if you're a newer trader, trading accounts with a daily loss limit, which is a soft breach, would be the best option for you. For more experienced traders, I know a lot of people don't like the daily loss limit. They would rather just, if they had a bad day, they would just blow the account. They don't like the daily loss limit. I think the daily loss limit is I think it's better for any trader at any level to trade with a daily loss limit, because we have tilt days. I've had tilt days. And I'm consistently profitable. And I've had tilt days. Alfred is super profitable and he's had tilt days. And those tilt days without a daily loss limit, they blow your account and all your work can be gone off of one day. But if you have a really bad day, you know that you have a daily loss limit and you can come back and trade another day. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely agree, Alfred. I definitely agree. Yeah, I know. I see a lot of people say that they're happy that the daily loss limit is gone. Like I said, I appreciate that because I know that I'm not going to blow the whole account up in one day, and I will do it, especially if I'm tilt. Especially if I'm tilt, I'm gonna do it. I'm blowing the account. It's either it hits my target or it's giving what I want or liquidate my account. And unfortunately, that's just what it is. Unfortunately. So for me, I prefer the daily loss limit. I probably wouldn't trade an account without one. I probably wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Smith was actually talking about that too, Alfred. He was like, yeah, you know they done messed up. You know they messed up because you know how Smith is. hmm Yeah, I mean, honestly, Rootkit, for me, take profit trader. I mean, the only thing that was a turn off for me was the trailing drawdown on the funded side. Uh, take profit trader had a lot of rule changes. I don't know if anybody was so when they first came up, I had a couple of accounts with them, and they had a lot of rule changes. They had so many ways for you to blow your account that it was like, dude, these guys are scammers. I mean, that's how I felt. I mean, I'm not saying in terms of they're not a legitimate company and they don't pay you out. It's just that they're trying to, or at least the rules at the time when they first came out was engineered for you to fail. Because if you hit your daily loss, if you hit your daily loss limit, that was the account. You had a trailing drawdown, and on top of the trailing drawdown, they had it to where you couldn't trade more than 25 contracts or whatever rule that was, and then that would blow the account. And then on top of the trailing drawdown, they they uh they get you to keep trading by saying, yeah, you get the first day, you can get your payout on the first day. And it was just everything. It was like if you just stepped wrong, you would blow the account. So I was after that, I was like, dude, I'm not ever trading with Take Profit Trader because of that. Obviously now they've they probably lost a lot of customers, and that's the only reason why they probably changed their rules to what they are now. Because now it's more lax. Now it's okay, so you won't blow your account for this or that. It was just trying to find any reason to blow your account and you have to start over. So I mean they've gotten better. And now that they've removed the daily loss limit, uh yeah, I know a lot of people like that for whatever reason. But mm, yeah, Stogie. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely yeah. That's why I'm trying to create no, I'm not trying to. That's why I have certain rules in place. That's why after I make my daily maximum profit target in the account, y'all guys usually see me go to the sim, and that's because of that. Because you get overconfident, um, you get a nice big move, you get price going in your direction, and then you get in again thinking that you can double dip. And unfortunately, the market is engineered to catch people that think like that. Is engineered to catch you off guard like that. I don't know how many accounts that I mean, when You Profit was, like I said, a respectable company, and they had the 1 day payout, just like Take Profit Trader. I think Take Profit Trader is the only prop firm that has the 1 day payout. But you know what? Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Nah, I'll leave it there. I was thinking about scaling in one more, just in case we do see a bounce. But I mean, if they're going to reject it from this range, I'm going to get stopped out. If they're really rejecting it from this range, I'm going to get stopped out. But because I got greedy, I had the payout secured. Uh, but I let my ego get the better of me. Uh, on social media, everybody's posting their 5 figure days. So I made 20K, I made 30K, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I was thinking, I could do that, not fully understanding that these people are risking 100K to make 20K or something like that. But I didn't understand that. They didn't make that clear. I was thinking from my perspective that they were trading the same size that I was trading, but making 20 to 30K. So there were plenty of days where I had a payout secured. I would go back in for more and I would lose it. I would lose the payout and you chase and then you blow the whole account. And that was my story for a while with overtrading. That was my story for a while. I'm actually going to see if I can get, I'm going to see if I can get one more in this. I'm scaling one more. Good. So everything's going to come off. So if it does continue to go down, everything's going to come off right there. Yeah. Yeah, it was them. They changed that rule. I mean, I'm pretty sure like yeah, you couldn't trade more than like 25 contracts and it was on both sides, meaning opening and closing. So really you couldn't trade more than like what, 10, 12. You couldn't have more than 13 trades and they blew your account. And I don't know why. I really don't know who in the back said, hey, this is a good idea. So we're going to make them wait 5 days to get into the funded account. And then they're going to be anxious to get in and trade and try to get a payout. And then when they finally get into it, let's throw a trailing drawdown on the account that trails intraday. But on top of that, let's put it to where if they trade more than 25 contracts, it blows the account. And when it blows their account, they're definitely going to come back and try again. And they actually thought that they was going to get away with that. And that's why they changed it, because I'm pretty sure behind the scenes they were losing a lot of money. These prop firms make millions of dollars each month. Apex kind of shown like these and what is it called? Fast Track. I think they had 31 million before they actually closed down. These prop firms make money, and it was probably hitting their bottom line because of that. Because Smith got hit with that. They did actually pay him, but they didn't pay him the whole thing. They still closed the account, and I guess they asked him to, because he went on Trustpilot and actually posted his experience, and I guess one of their support team actually saw it, and it was like, well, if you take this down, we'll pay you the amount before you breached, but we're not going to pay you the full amount. And he took it down. But that makes people angry. It doesn't make people feel like, I mean, if what these prop firms want you to feel is they don't want you to place the blame on them. They want you to place the blame on yourself. And if you place the blame on yourself, you'll come back and chase that win. But if they make the mistake and put themselves in a position to where they can be blamed for the breach themselves, they're not going to come back to you. They're going to go to another prop firm. They're not going to come back. And I don't know whose bright idea was that to implement something like that in the first place, but you're not going to have people come back after you kick them out of their funded account. That's not how people work. So, hold on, what are you saying? So, what are you saying? Yeah, and like I said, that's why I did not like Take Profit Trader, because it just seemed like everything was engineered to take advantage of a trader's psychology, just the gambling side of it. It just seemed like everything was just geared towards that, and that's why I did not like them. That's just me personally, but my trading partner, Alfred, they've had great experiences. They were able to get big payouts with that firm, and that neither one of them has had an issue with them when it comes to being paid out. So, like I said, me personally, I don't like them. But you ask them, they'll have a totally different experience or a totally different answer. Um, you said you want me to share my chart setup. So, my chart setup. So, okay, so I guess let me try to explain this. So right now I'm trading the Nasdaq, but mostly you'll probably see me trade the ES more because the ES has been a lot better. What these ranges are, so these rectangles are ranges. I've found that for whatever reason, these ranges go back all the way to like 20. Oh, actually, this is a new chart. Never mind. These ranges go back. I look for where price consolidates and I draw out a range. And that tells me where the liquidity is. And these are what these rectangles, what they represent. Areas of previous liquidity. And it seems like the market likes to still respect these areas. We're not saying that every time it gets to it, we're going to see a reaction, but you can see that after we got that drop, you can see that it fell to this range. We see a little bit of reaction from this range and it came into this range. So it just seems like every time it came into a range, we're seeing a reaction. I mean, we should. These are areas of liquidity. Uh, these gray, this purple pink lines, these pink lines are areas where a price could potentially see a reaction. Right here, I'm looking to see what happens when price gets right here, if it gets right here, because this is where price broke structure to the downside. And I want to have this marked out on my chart because obviously in the heat of when the market is actually moving, I want to know that, okay, so this is an area where price broke structure. I want to see how it reacts when it comes back up. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this area. This line right here is a trend line. You see the market has been trending down all night. And this is the first time that it was able to break out of this trend line. And you can kind of see right here that the bulls are making an attempt to buy it at the bottom. We'll see if they're going to be successful here. We'll see. But so far, the bulls are buying the bottom of this trend line. Usually, what my goal is, if I can get in at one of these ranges, my goal is for price to make a range rotation. I want to take some of my profits off right here. And if we can get a full range rotation, I want to take some profits off right here as well. I'm not a scalper. I'm an intraday swing trader. I like to catch 50 to 100 plus points on the Nasdaq. I like to catch about 20 points on the ES. That's probably the most you'll get on ES. But lately, she's been moving like 50 points in a leg, 30, 50 points in a leg. I mean, my chart is pretty simple. Well, this green line right here is the VWAP. This red line is the 50 EMA, and this yellow line right here is the 21 EMA. These are the only indicators that I have on my chart, and I have the 200 EMA. Actually, that's not true. I have this trend indicator on, but honestly, the 21 and the 50 is kind of all the only trend indicator you need. I mean, if you follow that, then you're going to be on the right side if you trade with the 21 and the 50. The only other indicators I have on this is these pivot points. I mean, they've been accurate. They've been accurate. You can see that price rejected here on S4 on Friday. We've seen a rejection here at R1 on Friday. And I mean, I wouldn't take a trade just because it's touching one of these pivots. I mean, it has to align with what I'm already going to do. Because you can see that I was looking for this area right here on Friday for a price to come back and possibly reject from, but you can see that it came up a couple points short, 3 points short here, for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's what it did. And from here, we got this drop. So, I mean, that's basically my chart setup. I mean, it's simple. It's super simple. If I also use a channel called or yeah, on YouTube, Think with Bookmap. I like to use that as also as a indicator as well. I would go over there and subscribe to that channel because Bookmap is definitely a powerful tool to use. Yeah. So, well, we'll be happy to have you. Just ain't right yet. The only three prop firms that I'm currently trading right now is I do have the Apex accounts, and I do have Blue Sky and MFF, and those are the only three prop firms that I'm trading. The only reason why I have Apex accounts because they had a 90% deal, and I think about 6 of their 300K accounts. I have one passed. I just don't know if I'm going to activate it. And the only reason why I say that is because, I mean, with Apex denying payouts and stuff like that, I mean, I was just only buying those for the thrills. I mean, it was only $16. How can you pass that up? But I trade mostly, I have MFF and Blue Sky. Those are the two accounts that I would recommend if asked what prop firms to choose from, Blue Sky and MFF. Top Step is also another good prop firm as well, but it's expensive in comparison to MFF. It's basically the same pricing, or is basically the same setup. You trade 5 days and you get a payout. But MFF is cheaper and it has more options. And there's no activation fee after you pass the account. So as soon as you pass the account, you go straight into your funded account. But with Top Step, you pay the initial fee and then you turn around and pay the activation fee. And Top Step, I feel that if they want to compete, they're going to have to get rid of that. That's the main reason why I would not buy another Top Step account. That is the main reason why I would not. That $150, I can get another MFF account. So, I mean, obviously it's working over there at Top Step, but I feel that if they want to do more numbers, they need to get rid of that activation fee because they're not getting my money for sure. And then on top of that, they stopped doing the Top Step used to have free resets and fire drills, but then they got tired of people asking for it, so they just completely stopped doing it. I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect? Yeah, it's my funded futures. All in all, like I said, those three prop firms definitely would recommend. So you said the lines, yeah, these are just trend lines. The orange lines are just trend lines. These green lines are my targets, my profit targets right here. If you're referring to these lines, but again, man, as long as they hold this, and as long as they hold this, mm. Yeah, those guys are begging every stream. I mean, I can understand. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I mean, if you go to the stream, I mean, They have a nice stream. I mean, if you're a newer trader, I mean, they have a stream available for you to watch. And it runs all day. So there's a lot of people that join the stream. They also have a Discord. I feel that their Discord, they have the most popular future trading Discord at the moment. MFF's Discord is not as well, I'm not saying that it's not as good as Top Steps, but you see more engagement in Top Steps Discord versus MFF's Discord. You see more engagement. The only room in My Funded Futures Discord is the funded chat. So if you've been funded, the payout chat, there's a lot of communication in that. But the regular one, the open one for everybody else, they're not really talking about nothing in there at all. It's, oh, I have a problem with this. I have a problem with that. I need help with this. I need help with that. They're not talking about the market for real. Okay. So, I mean, if I can stay in this thing, I mean, I'll be pretty happy with that Nasdaq. I'll be pretty happy with that. You let me stay in this and not take me out. But I'm gonna leave my stop where it's at because, like I said, I'm in 4 minis. And adjusting your stops with this much size, I'll just take the loss and find a better entry somewhere and just get the money back. But if you let me stay in this, yeah, I had a feeling that, obviously I was in this long, so I was like, well, hopefully they didn't, but I just had a feeling that there's going to probably come back in here and sell the retest right here. If they can hold this trend line right here, I would be happy. Just don't stop me out. All right, so let's see if they're going to buy this. So far, it looks like they're buying the bottom of that trend line. So far. Hopefully they don't need to really, they don't really need to come back down and really just stop me out. But so far, so good. So far, so good. I will say that trend lines was like the last part that I've added to the game, to my trading game. I don't know why I didn't believe in trend lines, but they are real. The market does respect trend lines. They do. And the correct way to trade, obviously to draw a trend line, is to find the top and just draw a line across those tops. That's it. Make sure they all lined up. The market respects it. I wasn't actually, let me see if I can find an example. I'm pretty sure as soon as I move away from this thing's gonna probably stop me out. That's fine. you can get a break of a trend line. Actually, let's see what happens right here. I think that right there is a good example. That is a good example right there. They broke that trend line and we got that move down. You can see that the bulls or the bears got trapped right underneath the trend line right here. The bears got trapped thinking that, okay, we got a break of the trend line. And so they sold. But unfortunately, what they sold into was that EMA. And all the trap bears had to get squeezed out of their positions. And once you got another break of that trend line, you can see that this time that they were successful. And after that trend line break, we got that move down. And that's not the only example. These trend lines actually work. What I've seen a lot of YouTubers now. They just trade basically off of trend breaks, and they're very successful doing it. They're very successful doing it. These trend lines work. They work. They line up. Actually, let me just delete this real quick. And I think, yeah, this is another good example right here. This is another good example of this trend line right here. We see a break. We see a retest at the bottom of this trend line, and we see a move up. I gotta make sure I start cleaning up the chart, but I probably might get stopped out of this position. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it right where it's at. I'm not gonna touch it. Leave it right where it's at. 506.50 is where my stop is. Oh, Lady Nasdaq, I appreciate your mercy there. I appreciate your mercy. All right. So let's see if she'll remain merciful and keep me in this, or if she's just playing with me and making me feel that I'm good. We'll see. Mhm. All right, Alfred. Peace out. Well, that candle makes me feel a lot better. It looks like she's being merciful. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that we'll see. I'll keep it, but I mean that them selling a retest right here. I should have once I noticed that they did that, I should have just I should have protected this position a little bit better, but yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. All right, Nasdaq. Well, shit. After I just got done saying I never had a problem with NinjaTrader 8, and this thing actually crashed the damn system. It crashed this chart. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll just use this chart for now. Hmm. All right. So hmm. 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 The question is, was that just hmm. 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 So the question is, was that just will we see a continuation? Will we see them break down past that low? That's the question. Will we see them break past on that low? Mm. All right, so let's see what they do here. If we see a break past this low and a continuation, I'll consider going short. So let's see what they do here. All right, come on. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess I don't know what's going on with the screen then. All right, so my other charts are working. For whatever reason, this chart is or this screen is no longer working. I don't know what's going on. Mm. All right. The heck? Okay. All right. So yeah, I can't do nothing about this. I'm gonna have to probably restart the application. Out of all nights, I don't know why this thing started doing this after I started talking good about it. I've never had a problem with or I haven't had a problem with NinjaTrader 8. But for whatever reason, my charts that are on the screen that you see on the stream are not working. But the ones off stream right now are working. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Well, all right. Oh crap. I guess what I could do is this. We'll do this for like the next, I don't know, 5 minutes. Uh, yeah, dude, look at that. Oh, no, dude, that's not fair. 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 Uh, looks like they're holding that low. Mm, okay. All right, guys. I guess I'll end the stream here. I'm going to restart this application, and it's a good time to stop. We come back. Well, I think my trading partners should be back in the morning. If not, then it'll just be me. It's not a big problem. We'll come back. We'll definitely earn some more money tomorrow. And yeah, that said, have a good night, everybody, and peace out.